Hello guys, we are back with another leetcode problem. Today we are continuing our series of recursion and backtracking. Let's see the question. So the question is the letter combination of a phone number. It's a medium question and highly like. So let's dive into the question. What's the question actually ask? So you have a given a string containing a digit from 2 to 9 in inclusive, and you have to return the all the possible letter combination that number could represent. Okay, and we have to return in any order, answer in any order. So a mapping of digit to letters, just like a telephone buttons. Yeah, it's remind me a old age when we have a touch keypad mobiles is given below. So if you never see the keypad phone, you can take an idea from this picture. Just kidding. So let's understand this question by using the example one. So you have given an input, this digits equal to, given you have given a string 23. So corresponding this 23, what the my actual combination is possible. So I can pick this A and I can pick this D. I made a one of my combination. I can pick this A, I can pick this E, I can make my another combination. I pick this A, I pick this F, I can make my another possible combination, and I generate all the uh, possible combination. After that, what I do, I store into the vector of string and return it. That's my answer. And here you see you have given a vector of a string, and that's the possible answers. And if you given an empty string, in that case what you're going to do, you just return empty vector. So it's pretty much about the question, and it's a totally straightforward question. So how can we do that? So one of the way to solve this problem, mm, uh, you can solve this problem by looping, but it's a totally hectic to solve, because you have to make if my digit is 23, it's not easy to solve this by the looping. Digit length is 4. Yeah, you can do that, but it's totally hectic and it's a totally complex formatting. You have to make, if digit length 2, digit length 3, you have to make a different function for that. You can solve this problem by using the loop, but it's totally hectic. So I highly recommend you don't solve to that, because if you have a 6 to 7 hours, you can solve by using a loop. If you don't have that much time, you solve using the recursion. So why I'm calling, I can solve this problem by recursion. If you don't know, let me just inside giving the light on that part. Here what you see, in this input you given 23. So corresponding these two, you have a choices. You either pick A, you can pick either B or C. Corresponding these three, you have a choices. You can pick this D, or you can left this D, pick another one. You can pick E or F. So you have a choices, and whenever you take any pick anything, you just divide into the sub problem. If you fix this 2 to A, what's your problem right now? You have to work for this length. If you solve this length, what you have a empty. Whenever you got empty, so you just solve to the bigger problem to smaller problem, and you have to return from here. So recursion work like that. So let's dive into the question. Let's dive into the code, and you understand much more better. So for solving a recursion problem, what is my habit? uh, I make variable, I make which I want to return. I'll just made it globally in a class, and let's name it ans. What I actually do after that, I call it my solve function, and I assume this solve function actually work for me. It do its work, and if solve insert all the possible combination into this ans, what my duty? My only duty is I have to return this. Okay, that's it. But I don't have, so what, let's name it is D. Okay, so what I have it, I have only this D right now. So let's take this D, and this D actually containing a string of the numbers, and corresponding this number we have this keyword with corresponding this to I have ABC, corresponding this three I have a DF. So I have to make this thing too. So let's make it for our sake of is, and let's define it globally, otherwise I have to pass in every, I have to pass into the solve too. So for not passing this into the solve function, I'll declare it globally. Let's name it list, and it list what it's actually consist. It consists corresponding to 0. It's have empty because I have to make for the inclusive 2 to 9. So that's why I'll just, for the 0 index I'll make it empty, for 1 index I'll make it empty, for 2 index I'll insert ABC, for D, for 3 DF, for 4 GHI, for 5 it's JKL, and for 6 it's a MNO, for 7 it's a PQRS, for 8 it's a TUV, and okay, my bad, TUV, and for 9 what is, it's a WXYZ. So that's the array. So let's pass it. I needed this D for passing, and I have a variable which pointing currently which index I am. So initially I am on the 0 index, so I'll make this thing, and I need a temporary string in which I just store my answer. So I made the temporary string here too, and that's it. Let's complete our solve function. This solve function actually void type because I didn't want anything written from this solve, so that's why I made it. And let's complete the function is let's name it D again, and it's denoting my current index, so let's name it current. And last one, it's a string in which I store a temporary ans, maybe it ans. So that's it. So let's write it a base case, because if whenever I make a function, so first talk about the base case. Base case is the function, a code by which my recursion going to stop. If I don't write a base case, this recursion run and run without stopping. It give me a stack overflow case. So for not getting that, I have to write the code of base case too. So what's my code can be with, if if I traverse whole the digits, so it means I have generate the answer. In that case I have to return it from. So that's why whenever my d dot size, if it's equal to my current, if my current is great, if equal to d dot size, it means I've traversed and this current is out of bound from this. So in that case I have to return. Whenever I want to return it, what I have to do, I have to first add into my temp. I have to add into this ans can be added into the temp. Sorry, this temp can be added into the ans, and then after I'll just return it from here. So that's the base case. So let's write the hypothesis, what's my actual function is. So when I reaches to this two, I have to try to make a function. I just get these two. How can I get these two? And corresponding these two, I have a list ABC. So how can I know which index it's? So for knowing this thing, for this current two, let's I'm for want to I want to get correspond I want to get a string corresponding this three. So how can we get? Because these three contain DEF, and how can I get? So for getting this thing, so I know it's a, give me return this string. So let name it string as, and what I know, this as actually present in the list. This DEF actually present in list, so I call it list. And how can I know? Actually, if I am here and this 3 is present in two digits, so I'll write it here digits D. And how can I get this thing? Because actually it shows my current. It's a little bit difficult to understand. After writing this, I'm explaining what I write it actually. So what I actually do, at the index of current in D, let's say my current value 1, so it now pointing D, current pointing here, and corresponding this through, I have a DEF. So I make sure my this has contain this DEF, so that's why I just made it this thing. And after, what I have to do, I have to choose, either I pick this D, either I pick this E, either I pick this F for this current position. Let's say I'm at this starting index, so I can pick this A, I can pick this B, I can pick this C, only one. So here you can see I pick A and move ahead to this D. When I reach to this 3, so I pick any of one. Let's pick a D. So now after picking this D, I move ahead, and that I reaches to the end and return it AD string. So here you see there's a AD string present, and it's a one of the possible combination. Let's say what I do, I'll just pick this. Let's again unpick A, but in that case when I reach to 3, I pick this E. So in that case I generate AE and so on. So there is a choices for each number. I have a In that case I have a three choices. For this three I have a three choices. Let's say if we have a 9, so for the 9 I have a four choices. So that's why I'll take dynamically. Otherwise I can use static too. Int I is equal to 0. Here what I do, my this length is going to be s dot size and I plus plus. And what I do here, when I reaches this 2, I can pick this or pick this or pick this, any of one. Let's say I'll pick one, temp dot push, push back s I, and after picking this I have to call my solve function. Let's I pick this A. After picking this A, my duty I have to move this current pointer here. So I'll do here. So my current, I have to move my current by 1 and temp. And let's say I'll generate the answer from this, and I have to remove this temp too, because I have to give the chance for the B2. I have to give the chance for C2. So for giving the chance for another candidate, what I do, I have to remove this element from this temporary, because if I don't do it, added both of them, but I have a choice. I can only corresponding every digit I can pick only one character, so that's why I just pop it from here, and that's it. That's my code, guys. Let's run this code, guys. and and it's accepted. Let's submit this code. And Shoki, it gave me a wrong answer. I didn't care about that. Sorry for I made one silly mistake. Let me do one thing. If d dot size is equal to 0, it means I have to return an empty vector. So let's submit, guys. And and it's accepted. So if you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. I'm glad to help you if I help you. So take care and keep grinding, guys.